the communications strategist at Orchestras Live. What does this involve? This role involves basically telling the story of the organisation to lots of different people. And so my role is really to make sure everybody understands who we are, what we do, and the impact that our work has.
My current role at Orchestras Live involves working with my regional producer to build and cultivate positive relationships with our community partners.
My role involves leading the team and managing the team at Orchestras Live and leading the strategic direction of the organisation. And I'm the key reporting point to our Board of Trustees, who monitor our performance and ensure that we're fulfilling our charitable objectives.
I got into this area of work when I was studying music at university, and I interned for a local junior evening music school, and I became interested in orchestral learning and participation work. This internship gave me crucial experience in working with both professional musicians and young people and allowed me to apply for jobs in the industry.
I got into this role back in 2016. I started as chief executive, and before that I'd been leading other national music organisations, which were also focused, as Orchestras Live is, on increasing access to the best experiences of classical music.
I got into this role through my previous work in the arts. So I started my journey as a box office assistant. Then I became an events assistant, so working kind of event production. And then I had a boss who kind of realised that I was half good at communicating. And so she moved me into a marketing and communications role, which is where I really found kind of my thing.
The most exciting thing about my role at Orchestras Live is having the opportunity to work with and meet so many different people, whether this be interacting with participants at workshops or having the privilege of working alongside professional musicians.
The most creative thing about my role is working with the fantastic people, both within and outside the organisation, that we collaborate with to deliver our work across communities the length and breadth of England.
I would say it's that no 2 days are the same. So it's a very fast-paced and creative role. I can be working on some high-level communication strategic aims and objectives one day, analysing data another, working with the communications officer on social media content, writing press releases with other organisations. It's really, really varied. I get to work with lots of different organisations and people within the team, and I never ever feel bored.
From the outside, my role might not look like one of the most exciting or creative ones, but it is far more varied than most. Being general manager is about enabling the rest of the team to fulfil their roles as effectively as possible by managing the infrastructure, including finance, HR, IT, premises. I'm also the company secretary and manage all aspects of Orchestras Live's governance. I enjoy trying to stay one step ahead in terms of identifying what Orchestras Live's future needs will be, so I can have things in place before they're required, and there's lots of creativity in that. With my other hat on as company secretary, I really enjoy charity governance and implementing best practice in our work. I qualified as a chartered governance professional about 15 years ago, which was really useful training. And in my current role, I use every aspect of my studies except share dealing.
The best thing about working in the creative industry for me is that I am not bound by a corporate approach. There's a lot of scope to bring your own creative energy. Doesn't have to be that you are a performer. There are so many different roles, and every single one of those roles matters, connects with other people that you're working with. So everybody has a real value and is essential to make a project come to fruition.
I would definitely say it's the people. It's really nice to work in a sector that is really mission driven, where everybody is working towards a common purpose, that being that we want to share the joy of the arts with as many people as we can.
I think what moves me most, though, is seeing what an impact being involved in creative activity has on those who take part or attend an event, whether they're very young or very old, or people who had assumed it wasn't for them, people who have additional needs, or audiences who simply enjoy being challenged, stimulated and uplifted by a really fantastic experience.
The best thing about working in the creative industry is definitely how rewarding the work is. I feel very privileged when I get to see a project come to fruition and the impact that it has had on the participants. Seeing the smiles on young people's faces, for example, when they have achieved something they didn't think they could do just a few days ago is brilliant and makes working in the creative industry a really worthwhile job.